And joining us now, Greg Likens from 790 The Ticket. And Greg, let's just get right into it about the Dolphins. Roster cuts coming yesterday. We're down to the 53-man roster that's expected to take the field. We know that's always a fluid situation. But when you look at this team on paper, is it of the caliber to be able to go back to the playoffs this season?
I mean, that's the big question mark and storyline entering this season, Chris, is can they follow up on the 10-win season? I would say, I have to tell you right now, no, it's not. And largely because not many teams can survive losing their starting quarterback a week into training camp. You lose Raekwon McMillan, Tony Lippett, Ted Larson, a lot of key parts they were counting on. You've got a defense that was 30th in the league against the run last year. And then you're counting on Jay Cutler, who was on the street, you know, a week before Ryan Tannehill got injured and was planning on being in a broadcast booth. So all of those factors, I would say no right now. I know Dolphins fans are trying to be optimistic, but I think it's going to be difficult to get back in the postseason.
All right, you bring up Jay Cutler. Let's go ahead and talk about him. He looks good in the pocket mobility-wise, being able to evade tackles with the offensive line that seems to be breaking down around him a lot so far what we saw in the preseason. Is he the guy that's got to win you games, or does he need to be a game manager?
I think he is going to be a guy who can't get out of this system the fact that he's not a game manager. So he should be a game manager. That's what Ryan Tannehill did so well last year, especially when J.J. and the running attack got going. But in reality, Jay Cutler, I don't think he can help himself. We've seen what he is. 208 career touchdown passes, 184 turnovers. I also think that for as much as I'm kind of downplaying the idea of them making another playoff return, I think it's going to be one heck of an exciting season with Jay Cutler at quarterback. So every Sunday, I think we're going to be watching in some of those primetime games, and we're going to be entertained because we just don't know what to expect from him. Fantasy-wise, Devontae Parker, I think, should be in for a great season, but I do think at the end of the day, Jay Cutler will revert back to some of his old ways because that's just who he is. But it'll be an exciting product to watch offensively for this Dolphins team.
That's if Jay Cutler can stay healthy. The offensive line has had plenty of issues over the past 2 seasons. Do you think he can finish the season? Can he play a full 16 games? He's already coming off a shoulder injury.
Right, and he hasn't played a full 16-game season since 2009. So I would expect Matt Moore is going to play a role at some point at the quarterback position. But the offensive line, you point out, the key there is going to be Mike Pouncey because this is a different team when he's in the lineup. I mean, he's missed 17 games over the last 3 seasons. You look at the 5 games he did appear in, they averaged nearly 7 more points per game when he's on the field, and they ran the ball for nearly 50 more yards per game, 1 point more yards per carry, rushing the football. So Mike Pouncey needs to stay healthy, and quite frankly, if you lose a Juwan James or a Laramie Tunsil, that's going to be difficult for them to replace as well.
I remember last season Adam Gase calling Mike Pouncey the quarterback of that line, so clearly very important. Let's switch to the other side of the ball, the defense. They tied for the most tackles in the NFL last season. Not a lot of 3-and-outs. Do you like the moves that they made during the offseason to upgrade the defense?
I do like the moves they made. I think it was important for them to re-sign Rashad Jones, get him that big contract, Kiko Alonso as well. Lawrence Timmons came in. They addressed a position of a lot of need in getting a run stopper in William Hayes at defensive end. Charles Harris, the jury's still out on him. Didn't have an impressive preseason performance, but I just think that in general, losing Raekwon McMillan is going to be big. And when you look at the core that has returned, this is the same group of guys, now minus Tony Lippett as well, that was 30th in the league against the run. They gave up 6,122 total yards. That's the worst in over 50 years of Dolphins franchise history. So, yes, there's only room for improvement and for things to get better. Matt Burke said that during the offseason workout program, kind of tongue-in-cheek, and I agree with him. But I don't know how much better they can get with largely the same personnel coming back and some of the key additions that they made getting injured.
He's got great Dolphins insight. Greg Likens, you can catch him on 790 The Ticket. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Chris.